This is about way more than just how many youth there are in foster care.
This is about being in out-of-home placements.
This is about how people talk about us and treat us.
This is about how we talk about ourselves and treat ourselves.
When I was about 11, I came out to my mom and she said, "It's all right, it's natural. It happens to everyone once in a while."
Kind of always knew I was not normal. And again, no one ever really is.
Really, it was just an inward battle all throughout my childhood until I started getting into the age where boys started talking about girls. And I was like, not very interesting.
I knew I wasn't straight when I couldn't feel anything for boys that I felt for girls. And I was about 14.
I'd say I was about 11.
16, 17-ish.
This is a conversation about how we identify as people.
We all have a gender identity and a sexual orientation.
Then everything else is just LGBT, TT, QQ, IAP, PO2S.
I want to be happy, thriving, and free to be myself.
This is about letting go of old ideas and learning new ones.
The best reaction was, honey, I knew it before you did.
A good reaction I got is when I told my fiance, and he just said, "That's okay, I am too."
I came out to my mom and she said, "It's all right, it's natural."
When I came out to my foster dad, he said that it didn't matter because he loved me anyways. I hate it when people ask me, have you ever even tried to be with a guy?
Have you even been with a girl?
So who's the man in the relationship?
Are you really sure you want to be with guys?
Are you sure you want to be with girls?
Or the worst is, maybe you need to find the right girl.
I tried to bring up the fact that, hey, if I told you I was gay or lesbian or bi, what would you say? And she said, "You're not."
I was living with a faith-based caretaker, and she said that it wasn't okay in her house, and I didn't even say I was fully gay, I said I was bi.
I was gonna come out to my grandparents, but they aren't okay with it, and it got really awkward.
It was my best friend all throughout middle school and most of high school. I haven't talked to her since 9th grade in high school when I came out to her. And it hurts because she lives right down the street.
Hurt that she couldn't support me in who I was. And
I felt like it made me less lovable, and like people couldn't accept me for who I was. And I knew there were people out there who could, so I just thought it was time to move on.
This is about me needing supportive adults in my life right now.
it's about needing a safe place to live with people who understand me.
It's time for adults to get educated because, baby, I was born this way.
Well, I think that after hearing some of the stories that I've heard today, these kids are awesome kids, and it doesn't take a rocket science to see that, you know, they're just like everybody else. Gay, straight, bi, doesn't really matter who they are. As long as you look at these kids, they're kids who want to be loved, who need a home, and all of your homes out there are going to be the same as anybody else's home. It doesn't mean that they have to be in a home that is a gay home, a lesbian home, a transgender home, because our home is the same as your home. Kids have to go to school, they have to do the homework, they have rules they have to follow. So does that make it different than yours? No. Are we harder on the children? No. Do we make their life easy? Yes, because they need to have someone who loves them for who they are. Yeah, you know, kids are gonna talk, kids are gonna say this, parents are gonna talk, parents are gonna say whatever. Being a foster parent who obviously is also a lesbian, I heard a lot of it, you know, from friends. Well, did you know when we were in school? Did you blah, 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 blah? Yeah, I knew. I've known since the time I was 5 that I liked girls and not boys, just because boys were yucky, you know, but it didn't mean that I acted any different around my friends than I would anybody else. And these kids are not gonna act any different around your daughter or your son or your nieces or nephews as they would with anyone else. It's not a disease. It can't be caught by, oh my God, they touched me or they breathed on me or something like that. they're still kids. They want to be accepted as the same way you accept your own children. If you have children, if you don't, the same way you accept any other child who comes into your home, this is what they want, to be loved. We have talked to parents who, they have their mixed feelings, but it's just like we tell them, they're not any different. Their children are going to be raised the same way that we've raised our child, to love, to be respectful, to do the things that they're supposed to do. No, we're not going to sit there and recruit them in and say, oh, you got to be on our side, come to this side of the fence. No, it's not like that. You be who you are your own person. You're able to make the decisions that you want to make in life and not be influenced by anybody else. Some of us may not know, those of us in the gay and lesbian world may not know that you can be foster parents, but obviously it's living proof that you can be parents. You just need to go in, take the classes, do what needs to be done, contact Iowa KidsNet, contact IFAPA. There's all kinds of information out there for you to get involved.